The underscore ViewImports.cshtml file serves one major purpose, and that is to provide namespaces which can be used across all of your views. In previous versions of MVC, this functionality was provided by the web config in the views folder. Since the web config no longer exists there, global namespaces are now provided by this file. Let's go ahead and implement our ViewImports.cshtml file. So as you can see in our first view file right here, inside of the home folder, we are utilizing the model.courseproject.viewmodels.firstViewModel so that we can utilize the my type inside of our model. If we wanted to incorporate this view model in all of our subsequent view pages, we can just utilize this in our ViewImports.cshtml file. So let's go to our views folder, let's click add, new item, and let's go to .NET Core and let's look at the MVC View Imports page. Remember that this naming convention is very important. The MVC framework is going to look for this underscore ViewImports.cshtml file. You cannot change it to anything else. This is a specific naming convention that MVC looks for. So once we have that, let's click add. And in our first view page, we can come up here and we can just comment this out, so that we're taking out that specific model right there. And then we can come into our view import and we could say @using, and we give the name of our project, which is course project. And we can say dot, and we can inherit any namespace that we want. And in this case, we want to just put view models. So everything in the course project.viewModels can be implemented and utilized in this one underscore ViewImports.cshtml. So all subsequent pages that want to use all of the view models associated with this specific folder now can be utilized from the underscore ViewImports.cshtml file. It makes for ease of use to associate the different models you have in your project. In the next lecture, we'll show how to add the tag helpers in ASP.NET MVC. So now let's go to our first view. We have that commented. Let's go ahead and look at this to see if it still renders. So let's go view in browser. And now that's our home page right there. So let's go to home/first view and see it's still rendering what we had previously in our controller to associate a loop inside of our view model that passes my data type to that view model. So as you can see right here, this is still working. And now remember that the View Imports page can be utilized to incorporate namespaces all across your project. This is a very nice thing to have inside of your project so that you don't have to hard code all of the different model dependencies for your views. You can incorporate it inside of one file, and then from there utilize that all throughout your project. Remember that the ViewImports.cshtml file is responsible for setting up namespaces that could be accessed by the views in your MVC project. This is very easy to implement inside of your project. So in the next lecture, let's add the new MVC tag helpers to our project inside of this underscore ViewImports file.